Cricbuzz Comm Box, critical innings, critical run-setting innings for Mumbai as they take on Delhi in Sharjah. And if we have a look at where they are at the halfway point of their innings, may not appear that they're setting Sharjah on fire, but you have to remember, with 139 being the kind of scores we've seen at the end of 20 overs, 66 isn't the worst possible, and that too after they've lost their openers in Rohit Sharma and Quinton de Kock. I'm in the company of Shaun Pollock to try and just determine where things are. Shaun, a good last over for Mumbai, 6 by Sky of Rabada. They will be reasonably happy, not having lost Rohit Sharma and Quinton, but the biggest thing will be that Sky is still there and going well.
Yeah, I think they'll be very happy, actually. It didn't look like it was an easy wicket. So a couple of deliveries to Rohit Sharma, rearing off a length. So I think the going was a bit tough at that initial part, particularly the new ball. Sometimes in Sharjah over the years when I'd played there, it's almost like they leave a little bit of moisture and becomes a little bit sticky and tacky and can stand up. So I don't think they'll be upset. I think Quinton de Kock played a few nice shots against his fellow South Africans. Once again, getting out to spin, he's going to be creating more issues 6 times now in the tournament. Oh, there's going to be a catastrophe and teams are going to be planning accordingly. But as they sit, I don't think it's a bad situation to be in. I think they've got a lot of hitting power still to come. It does look like it's going to be a difficult ground to protect because of the size of the boundaries. And we're going to have to see what the options are going to be.
But when it's Quinton de Kock, he's not the only one who's got out to spin. We were just about to talk up. I was just about to sit and say, what a lovely platform for Suryakumar to try and go on to get a 50 and more. And right on cue, Akshar Patel has come on and picked up Suryakumar Yadav, holding out to Kagiso Rabada, coming in from the long on boundary. And that is a huge blow, Shaun, for them.
Yeah, it is huge. But what did we get right? We got our picks right. Akshar Patel coming good once again, picking up the wickets. And I just, watching, there was just chalk and cheese, wasn't it? When they had to face the left-arm spinner, how he was creating problems for them compared to Ashwin, spinning the ball into the right-handers. It really just looked comfortable for them, or for Sky in particular. So that is a bit of a blow, particularly after the break, having discussed they probably wanted him to try and be there for 15th over and then the firepower to come in. But in saying that, it's one of those wickets that's going to be difficult to start. But if those big hitters can get going, maybe be there for 8-10 deliveries, find their feet, find the pace of the surface, they can still be destructive. But not ideal to have lost one so quickly.
Well, before we update you on exactly what's happened, we'll go back to the issue that you already mentioned, Shaun, and that's Quinton de Kock. Yes, 6 times, you don't want to necessarily cause an alarm, but when it's against a particular type of bowling, 1, of course, teams are going to target you. 2 is from Quinton's point of view, how does he sort things out? Because there will be a diet of spin ahead in the critical games.
I think it goes down to game plan. We look how comfortable he was. Look at Rabada. Rabada comes on, first delivery, he just gets inside and helps on the way because he almost knows what's coming. I think what we've seen from him in the past where he's been good against spin is his ability to not play the risky shots. Yes, he's used the reverse sweep to good effect, but I just think it's having a clear game plan. The coaching staff that you got there, you've got Jay Wadena, you've got Tendulkar, you would think just a little discussion about particular spinners you're going to face on the day and what the best options would be something that would be going on. Because, even if it is a problem area for you, if you just got some clear options that you can stick to, I think that's always important. So there will be an attack on him from a spinning perspective. I'm sure people turn to spin rather sooner than later. But I still think he's a class player, and particularly if he gets away from the Sharjah facility, I think that's the one that'll worry him the most, much like what Chennai did.
Yeah, just to have a look at what the bowlers have done so far. Akshar Patel was one of our picks to start with, and he has struck not once but twice. There you see it. 2 for 17 in his 3 overs, so they want to get that done with. Avesh Khan was outstanding once again, 1 for 7 in his 2 overs. So lots and lots of options. Yes, as you said, other than Ashwin going for a few, Shaun, they don't have a 6th bowling option, but they'll be happy at least with 5 full-time bowlers to try and match them out in the last 9 overs.
Yeah, and trying to rush Ashwin through now while Tawari's at the crease, trying the left hand to try and get as many balls to him as possible and get him out the way. And then it's going to have to be really clever thinking at the back end with the small boundary about how those bowlers go about it. They've got themselves into the match. They've each bowled 2 good overs, the fast bowlers. But the key is going to be what game plans they implement at the back end. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes.
And for Mumbai, again, it's going to be familiar territory because, yes, it may be Sharjah, it may not be the same Sharjah as 2020, but they are the destructive side at the back end. After the 15th over, don't judge a Mumbai total until the 20th over, the last ball.
Yeah, for sure. I think those 3 hitters, the 2 Pandyas and Pollard, can be very destructive. Even Kutanal has an ability to hit a seriously long ball. So there is that hitability. Class bowlers, and it's going to be interesting to see. I think 142 is looking good.
Yes, it is. The only thing that Shaun Pollock didn't get right, and I was totally with him, was trying to get Ashwin rushed out of the way. Rishabh Pant has turned to Rabada. Maybe he wants to greet Shaun I was going to say Shaun Pollard. Kieron Pollard.
He should have just gone with Polly.
Yeah, Polly. One Polly to another, but he hasn't taken strike yet. It's Saurabh Tiwari on strike, but that's where we're going to leave Cricbuzz Comm Box. Fascinatingly poised, and looks like Mumbai are, at least with the big hitters to come, are going to plan and try and get enough on the board to try and trouble Delhi. We'll see everything that happens at the end. That's all from Cricbuzz Comm Box.